I gotta hit the beat. I gotta hit the beat, beat. I gotta hit the beat. I gotta hit the beat, beat. I gotta hit the beat. I gotta. I gotta. It's the end of October. Champagne on the shoulder. This is my exposure. Up that bottle, it's over. It's the end of October. Champagne on the shoulder. This is my exposure. Up that all night long, but the feeling keeps kicking in. Beef with all the girls, bullshit dripping off the chin. All night long, but the feeling keeps kicking in. Beef with all the girls, bullshit dripping off the chin.
Bringing anything to the table, bro. I'm not your son, see I'm able. I do my own bits. Limited edition on some missing classic shit. I know that you're feeling it. Feel mad, cold nights feel heavy. Same place, going in the heart of the city. Nitty gritty feels iffy and the eyes feel shifty. The shit we're in, yo, it's all mad risky.
All night long, but the feeling keeps kicking in. Beef with all the girls, bullshit dripping off the chin. All night long, but the feeling keeps kicking in. Beef with all the girls, bullshit dripping off the chin.
Warning, the following views that are expressed on the Dr. Quack house calls that are expressed by the guests are not necessarily the views of this show. Strong language, partial nudity, violence may occur. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the House Calls. I'm Dr. Quack, and tonight we're going to talk about bad blood. Oh, my God. But I can't do this alone. I've got the man here, the myth, the legend himself. Ladies and gentlemen, A-List Alverson.
Quackaroni and cheese. You could do this yourself, but ain't nobody going to want to see it twice.
This is true. Definitely. That's why we got you here, man. I'm glad to have you on.
We got a big one to be here, man. You know, I like spending time with you. Even though I'm not a full-time wrestling fan anymore, I like spending time with you.
I appreciate it, man. Definitely. We got a hell of a card here, don't we? Bad blood.
It's quite a doings transpiring, as they say on The Simpsons there.
We got, oh, look. Mad T never invited.
It looks like Mad T can take a hint every once in a while, can't he?
Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Let's get into this, though. Let's talk about Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
Yes, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. These guys have had it brewing. You had the big betrayal happen back at SummerSlam. So there's a lot going on here, a lot to unwrap. I think this is early in the stages of a long program. And with the numbers that are happening in the Judgment Day, I will forecast that Finn Balor does some sort of conspiratory screw and makes Damian Priest lose this one.
Yeah, I can see that. I really can, because I think you're right. This is the start of it. Yeah. Damian Priest, as much as I want him to win, yeah, Finn Balor is going to pull some chicanery here. Some really just shenanigans is going to come out.
That seems to be Damian Priest's MO. He's always favored to win, and he rarely does because of some kind of tomfoolery.
Yes. Oh, look, here you go. Hey, Liz, that rematch is coming. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. I'm ready when he is, which he ain't never ready, so it ain't ever happening.
Oh, my God. God, feeling the love. Actually, I want to get into this real quick because last night, Jey Uso ended up winning the Intercontinental title over Braun Breaker. How do you feel about both of these guys going forward?
Well, now Braun Breaker's a very young individual, and if health be in control, he's got quite a career ahead of him. Everybody knows that. There is a lot of ground for him to break. And Jey Uso, as they made reference to, has gone many years without any kind of singles championship in World Wrestling Entertainment. And to be in the spot they were, if Braun Breaker won that match, what happens to Jey Uso next? You could not go anywhere with him if he doesn't win that. Now, Braun Breaker can dip down, re-up, dip down, re-up. Again, he's very young. So I think for whatever they have in motion, putting a title on Jey is the right way to develop him moving forward.
I mean, do you see Braun Breaker now being a competitor towards the World Championship or the WWE title?
If they do that, it's going to put him in a position where he is getting jobbed. And I don't think that the right thing to do with a man of that size and talent is to put him under the champion at this point in time, because he ain't in the spot to be the guy.
Right. But here you go. Rikishi was upset. He was upset at the way this thing was done. He was upset that Jey Uso didn't get a bigger pop for what he did. Should have had a bigger stage for winning that title.
Rikishi didn't win any of them, did he? Like he's a guy. He's just being a protective man of his progeny. You know, he wants to be the man that makes it happen.
Yeah.
See, now I don't like how much I'm agreeing with Mad T. So next time, put his comment up first. That way, I can refute it, please.
They gave Jey titles so he will resign.
Not resign, re-sign. He doesn't use a proper pronunciation.
Yeah, he didn't use the proper.
No, he does. No. I wouldn't expect punctuation to be Mad T's strong point.
Okay, let's move on here. Let's talk about Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes taking on Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu.
So this is the story of the show, right? Now they named this Bad Blood because they're saying it's a throwback to the original with the Hell in the Cell and all that good stuff. But thematically, this fits into what they're doing, where Cody and Roman have this bad blood, yet they are teaming up for the reasons not necessarily made public. I mean, they have their rift, they have their both pointing in the same direction. So I see them being victorious and starting the next chapter of the journey. But something along the way is going to put a wrinkle in the rose, as it were.
Does Cody go heel is the real question. See, that's where I'm at on this. And I think it could happen right here. You could see that mega powers explode kind of thing there.
Cody going heel, while it makes sense from a novel standpoint, is not the thing that they ought to do business-wise. Because then you lose the interest of the children that want to pay to see him and buy the T-shirts and do the photo ops and all that. And the reason why Cody is in the top spot is his willingness to do all the work it takes to be the top guy, including all those personal appearances and being accessible to the fans. If you take that away, who are you going to put in that spot as a babyface? I don't see a guy.
Listen to A-List. He is saying the same shit as me. Oh, you guys are really getting along here.
We are 3 for 3 right now. This is why he ain't on the show. If he's just going to mirror what I say, then I don't need a parakeet over here being, yeah, A-list is right. Although I always like that kind of thing.
They shouldn't heal Cody yet. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, is he John Cena 2.0? You know, like you said, for the 14 and unders trying to sell that merch?
I don't think it's fair to say John Cena 2.0. I think he is the face of the generation of fans. They're going to grow up saying he was my guy.
Okay. I don't like it. Oh boy. Let's move into the next match here. We got the WWE Women's Championship. Nia Jax to take on either Bayley or Naomi. Now, here's my question. Does it really matter who she's taking on?
I don't think it does, because right now we are in the middle of Apex Nia Jax. She has always had the physical tools to be a draw, and during her first run, she was getting a lot of the wrong kind of attention. So they sent her away. That subsided. They brought her back, and she is right now in the thick of the best thing she's going to be for the business. I don't see anybody beating her this week.
I mean, I think it would be great if Naomi got this win somehow. I don't think she does. I think it's going to be Bayley. They've been pushing that rematch since they had it. Nia Jax ain't dropping that title anytime soon. I don't see it. What's this? What we got? It don't matter because Flair is coming back, going to take the title off her so Tiffy can cash in on Flair. That might happen.
I hope not.
We all do. We don't want Charlotte Flair back. Nobody's going, oh, can we have her back, please?
I don't think that this is the time unless they've got long-term plans for her, and I don't think they do, because what are they going to do?
It doesn't make any sense to me.
I think most of your big returns, right, to go into WrestleMania season are going to happen at either Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. And right now we're on the lead-in road up to that, so we don't need to see anything happen yet.
Look, I don't want Flair champ, but this is how they keep padding her title reigns.
They're padding her title reigns like her daddy's padding his marriages to get up to the 16 times.
Oh, God. Holy guacamole, I'll tell you. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the other half of this card. Yes, 2 days away, the 3rd year anniversary show of HSP. Going to have a lot of awards out there, including the Champion of Champions match. A-List, you know something about that.
The Champion of Champions match is always the premier attraction of the anniversary show, and it is the most competitive match that you will see in the year. All of these guys that have been champions throughout the HSP year have chosen whether or not they want to compete for the big one, which is a good 20-inch trophy that they get to keep for the rest of their life to commemorate their winning and doing so. I don't take place in these anymore because I do not need 2 of those. Let me tell you, they are substantial.
There you go. That's the facts on that. Let's talk about these last 2 matches here because we got the WWE Women's Championship. Liv Morgan against Rhea Ripley. Dominic Mysterio in a shark cage.
Dominic Mysterio in the shark cage. Now listen, I think I've made it clear before. I am a fan of Rhea Ripley. I am a Rhea Ripley fan. That means that emotionally I am connected to the idea of her winning. Though intellectually I know that that might not be the best choice of action, but I believe in my enthusiasm behind this girl, and that is a feeling that I don't have for anybody anymore except for her. I will never root against Rhea Ripley. As adult as I may be, that child inside me wants to see that girl win every single time. Now, having said that, when you put Dominic in a shark cage, if anybody out there has been watching wrestling more than 20 years, you'll know that the old time territory booking is going to say that Rhea wins the war, but this might not be the last battle of the war. What this is going to end up being is Rhea beating the crap out of Dominic. We're going to see the two of them in the ring because of some kind of shenanigans, and I think this will lead into that. He'll either drop some kind of gimmick from the shark cage or what have you, but that's how this feud will conclude. Rhea Ripley gets Dominic in the ring, and we all get to see her beat the brows off him.
So you're going with who?
Well, I'm going with Liv Morgan.
You're going with Liv Morgan. I feel like, back in the 80s when Cornette was up there, he would drop something from the cage and Bobby would grab it and pow, knock him out, get the 3 count. I think that's going to happen here. I think, I'm with you on this. I think Liv Morgan's going to win this. But, she's going to get his hands on him. I hope it's at the beginning, like she just beats his ass and throws him in the Shark Tank cage. That would be beautiful.
Something like that. Whatever it is, I'm paying for it.
As everybody else here. A while Dom and Liv was backstage and there was a thing like Abigail the doll. Did anyone see that? Did you see the Abigail doll?
I saw a post that said something about the Abigail doll. Now, see, I'm not a full-time wrestling fan. I don't watch the TVs, okay, because I have opted in my adult life that I will sit down and watch the 2-hour pre-show instead of the 15 hours of TV that leads up to it. For me, that's a better use of my time. I'm sorry if I don't have all the answers all the time like everybody does, but I know what I need to know going into the show. The WWE production team does a great job of doing that.
Yeah. I mean, they're all talking about her coming back. They Alexa Bliss. I mean, do you think it's a good move? Do you think that it's going to be beneficial? Where does she go?
I think it's always good to have some strong females on the roster. Is it time for her to come in and in what capacity? That's a different situation. I like what they're doing now. I think at some point they're going to need to figure her in. So maybe, but how?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are pointing that she's going to be leading the Wyatt Sick. There might be that angle. They need to do something with that because I still feel like it's very stale. It's not like where it should be.
Here's the problem with the Wyatt Six, okay? And then, as I was saying, I don't watch the TV. So all the PLEs, I haven't seen anything but a QR code relating to the Wyatt Six, meaning they are not premium live event level act yet. And that's a problem. For all the hubbub they get on the internet from the smart marks, they ain't on the show.
Yeah, I'm wondering what they're going to do with that. It'll be interesting to see. Survivor Series is coming up, so we might get something good there. But now we're talking about that main event over here. Oh, my God. Hell in a Cell, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre for the 15th time in 3 months.
This is the rubber match, right? They've had a couple of high profile, and then this is the callback to The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, the same event name, the same event stipulation. So I think these guys are going to go out there to tear the house down. Quite honestly, I don't really care who wins at this point. Again, it's a match I want to see happen, and that doesn't happen as often as it should. Now, depending on the outcome of this match, I think that's going to shape what we're going to need to go or what direction we're going to need to go into WrestleMania season. So
yes,
if you give CM Punk this match, then that's going to put Drew in Flounderland, right? Which he is, which he is quite used to at this point. They're always saying, what's going to happen with Drew? If you give Drew the win, CM Punk has a fan base, a following, does great on presence. So I think Drew is going to be the ultimate winner of this one, and that'll keep him in the upper tier.
Yeah, I agree with that comment. The fans are going to win here. But yeah, I think this is my almost thought process on it. Drew's going to end up winning this match. I think CM Punk is going to have a match with John Cena, because he's built that whole thing coming up. They're going to want to see that, and it's going to be probably a 10-minute match. It's going to be blown up by CM Punk because he's looking kind of gassed for his age, man. I got to say, he's gassing.
Well, how old is he now? He's like 46, ain't he?
He is, and in wrestling years, that's like 112.
Exactly. Wrestling years, that's old man status. I mean, we're talking Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah, I mean, that's up there. I can see Drew winning this. I mean, the bracelet thing, how do you feel about this bracelet being a big, token here being used between two of them?
Well, I think that they did a good job putting stakes into the contest, and that was in the form of the bracelet. First, it was instead of just two guys that hate each other, there's a vehicle. What is this?
Oh God, I'll tell you.
So the bracelet was a vehicle to make this rivalry sharpen, and I think it did a good job for that purpose. But now that we're at the end of the line, it's going to be a footnote in the epic rivalry.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, I think. Are we going to see some blood, do you think? Because we are at Bad Blood.
We should. I mean, it's Bad Blood. I know they're all concerned about how they are portrayed in media, but we've seen blood before, and I think it's time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. We actually got. I'm going to put up one match here that they're saying might happen, and another match, according they also are saying might happen. That's Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm. Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman is a classic battle of the big men. Braun hasn't gotten it from anything they've tried to give him, and Bronson is really trying to break into the stratosphere. So I'm thinking that Reed will get the win if this happens, and it will be convincing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. See, look, it's happening next Monday, last Monster Standing. See, they're not even worried about putting that on the pay-per-view. That should tell you something about both of these guys. They don't give a lot of credit to Bronson Reed.
No, that should tell you that that's going to start something. If you're doing if you're doing a big match like that the Monday after the big show, that's going to be just the groundbreaking point.
Okay. Oh, look, now we got Mad T on his own harp here. You need a new host. Anyways, so one more match they're talking about. Gunther taking on Sami Zayn. They're talking about that rematch. That hasn't officially came out as far as I know. If it does, put it in the comments. Let me know.
I think Gunther ain't losing to anybody in any calendar. No.
I'm like, man, I'm surprised that they dropped the Intercontinental title, but this, of course, was to build him up better, to make Gunther the world champion. Yeah, he's not dropping that anytime soon. There's just no way in hell.
As shocked as I was to see Gunther drop the title at WrestleMania, I think it was the right choice in hindsight, going with what they've done since, making him king of the ring, making him world champion, putting him over Randy Orton. He's as made as he's going to be now.
Oh, God. Head comes AEW fans because it's entertainment. Oh, boy. We got some wild ones in here in the comment section, I will tell you. But, yeah, so any other big surprises or anything you're really excited to see out of this card?
I just like to sit down on a nice weekend and enjoy wrestling and tell my family I'm ignoring them just long enough so that I can enjoy some time with the television, because I don't watch sports. I don't have hobbies. I don't have friends. So everything I do is that one Saturday a month, looking at the WWE PLE and then complaining about it on the internet like everybody else does.
That's about it right there. Yeah, I'll tell you, out of all these matches, though, the Hell in a Cell match, that's definitely a big draw. I think it's going to be great. And there better be some blood. I'm telling you, I'm tired of Hell in a Cell matches with no blood.
A funny story here, right? I'm just going to go off on a little tangent real quick. Back during the pandemic, of course, the Hell in a Cell was between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, yes? So anyway, they were doing this match in the Thunderdome at the time. And my father-in-law, who didn't speak any English and wasn't able to keep up with what was going on, he walked in, he saw that match on the TV, and he said, they have that cage so that they don't damage the TVs.
Oh, my God. That's classic there. Oh, here we go. Look, I want thumbtacks. See, he wants thumbtacks. He wants barbed wire. Are they going to go back to that when they hit Netflix, do you think?
I don't think there's any reason for them to do that. They're not hurting for an audience like AEW is, trying to pull out all the stops and do the craziest things they can get the biggest reactions from. WWE is in a fantastic place financially and in the media light. So for them to go to this trash bag of weapons and blood and guts, it's not on the menu right now.
this. I want hard-hitting matches. None of this air punch shit. No, never. Do not bring back the Thunderdome. Jesus. No. Never. Any final thoughts, A-List, before we get out of here?
Final thoughts from A-List Alverson. I'm just going to go ahead and promote myself, put myself over, because I got a lot going on here. Of course, you can, if all you make-believe wrestlers out there want to have some fun, I participate in Heart and Soul Promotions, a Foundation Promo League, Promo Entertainment Network. I'm over in 3Dub and the 2K side of things. I've got my page that I like to keep up with the original content on. I need a 40-hour day to keep track of things because that's how much I got going on. And check out the Wrestling Readers Facebook group where we always talk about the publications of pro wrestling.
Well, there you go, folks. Thank you for tuning in here. We'll be back next month with the next month's pay-per-view. God knows what it's going to be, when it's going to be. They don't announce it for a while. So I'm Dr. Quack. This is A-List Alverson. Thank you so much for coming on, and we'll see you next time.